All right, y'all, another episode of Voices of the PLC. This is the week 2 episode, and we've got another player contributing, Selina. Thank you for your input. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And then I naturally did a little bit of a monologue myself. I think I went a little bit longer than the 5 to 10 minutes that I said, let's keep it to. But, until we're getting, 10 players putting their input in, I think it's fine if we go just a little bit over. But I'm going to try to shorten that down as we go forward, but it's like 12 minutes. It's not anything super crazy, but yeah, we've got Selina and we've got myself coming up for week 2, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I will see you guys in chat. Peace.
Alright, so we're coming up on PLC Season 10 Week 2, and after Week 1, that was a bit of a letdown. I faced Jay, and I definitely thought I knew what he was going to bring, because he has the slowest mon in terms of Trick Room. So if I was going to outslow him in Trick Room, I would have to bring 6 Iron Balls, which I'm definitely not allowed to. So yeah, that's the whole Dupes rule. But it turns out that it was King Gambit that was the most threatening mon, and I totally overlooked the fact that he would bring Defiant. He was definitely ready for Weird Year Trick Room. Or not Trick Room, Intimidate, sorry. Yeah. So I ended up losing 4-0 for that one. That was definitely not my best play. But we're going into week 2 now. And I'm facing Justin, and he'll be out for revenge because I beat him last season, and that also meant that I actually got in playoffs. Well, play-in, but it's still part of it. I moved on from the regular season, basically, and yeah, that ended my PLC there, because I lost that one. Still did better than I thought I would, though. But here we are, it's Season 10, and we're going to Week 2, and this match versus Justin is definitely going to be interesting, but I do think I have a strat in mind, and I really do want to win. I can't have it be like the last season where I lost the first 2 weeks and then started to do good. I don't know what it is with me in early weeks, but it's just at some point it's just difficult. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Be my thinking that is wrong, or if it's something else. But definitely gonna try and do better this week too. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun one, and I'm looking forward to do better. So we're here. It's week 2, and to everyone else, just wanna say, wish you good matches. Yeah, that's about it, what I have to say, and time to get back to prep. This has been Selina, coach of the Area 0 All-Stars, signing off.
All right, what's going on, PLC? So this is the week 2 pod. So we just wrapped up week 1, and we have all of our matches played except for one, Hobart and Brian. Hobart being new to the PLC. I'm not sure we made it entirely clear that the battle started on Monday. We tried to have them finished by Friday. I'm not sure if we kind of made that video saying, hey, this is how things work. So I think there was just a little bit of miscommunication. And then Brian, I think didn't reach out. I don't know. Brian's been doing this for a few years, so you'd think that he'd reach out, but I don't know. The battle is going to take place at some point. I think Zach and Speakman are on that, so that's good. But yeah, week 1 is wrapped up, and again, all battles have been completed except for that one. So the only thing I really want to do this week is talk about week 1 matches, specifically my picks, because I think I did pretty well. And then I want to talk about my week 1 match, my week 2 match, and my team. And then I'm going to jump into week 2 and make some picks as well. So week 1, I think I picked Brian in that matchup. So if Brian wins, that'd be freaking sweet for me and my picks anyways. Hobart, it's your rookie debut. Go ahead and and get a team together and go in strong and see what you can do. But Jay Wade, myself, we threw down. I picked myself naturally, and I did win that, which was cool. The next match was Selina and Jay. I picked Jay. Jay did win that. SB and Zach is the next match. I picked Zach. Zach won. You guys see a trend here. I'm kicking butt. Sakuna and Ian played. I picked Ian. Ian won. Bosch and Mike played. I picked Mike. It was Bosch's debut, actually. And he took it down to 2. So Mike only won by 2, which is pretty cool. But I picked Mike, and Mike did win. So again, we're seeing a trend. Phil and Reese. I picked Reese, and Reese won. So that was actually a 6-0. I think I need to go back and look at that one. I can't remember exactly what happened, what transpired. But Reese, undefeated season last year, 1-0 this year. Pretty solid player, that guy. So Corey and Jalen is the next match. I picked Corey. Corey did win. We're seeing a trend, guys. We are seeing a trend. Brendan and Ty, or Ty and Brendan, is the next match. I picked Brendan. Brendan won. And I'm kicking butt. I'm perfect. And then Dan and Justin, I looked at Dan's team, and I said if he has Skeledirge, I'm picking him. And he didn't. He had Cerulege instead. So I picked Justin to stick true to my word. And Justin lost. So Dan did win that matchup to ruin my perfect week. And again, it may not have been a perfect week anyways, because we still have that one match to be played. But yeah, Dan messed it up. Dan messed up my perfect week, and that's just terrible. Thanks, Dan. Thanks for nothing, bro. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool though. I was looking like, I think I had a perfect week. And as I started sitting down, like listening back to the week 1 pod, I was like, oh, I missed 1. And then again, Brian and Hobart, they still got to throw down. So I could end up missing 2. But that being said, right now, I am going to keep track of my predictions. I'm 8-1. So 8 called accurately, 1 called inaccurately. And I'm not doing, the remaining Pokemon to get perfect calls like Jay and I did last year, because it was fun. But this is just, this is like something simple, nothing too serious. I don't think I need to do that for everybody this year. But yeah, it's exciting to see what Brian and Hobart are going to do. And then we'll be able to update the standings. Naturally, I think I'll talk to the standings, but this week, it's just week 1. Everyone kind of knows if you're 1-0 or 0-1, so nothing too serious. And then talking about my match with Jay Wade. So Jay Wade, I prepped for his team, and you actually can go watch my video on it. That's probably going to get you a little bit more in-depth conversation about what I was thinking, what I was planning on bringing, and all that good stuff. And then you can, of course, watch the battle with commentary. So I guess I don't need to really speak about that. But I do want to talk about my pick real fast, my pickup. So I decided to move off of slacking and wheezing. So I know I mentioned in the past, I really like having 3 cores, the rain mode, the terrain mode, and then the wheezing slacking. But then as I was team building, slacking actually did really good this past week too. So it wasn't like I'm down on it at all. I understand how powerful it is. But as I was team building, I was like, okay, I could do this, and this. But then I have to bring wheezing. Or I would be like, team building, I'd have slacking in the team builder, and then as I'd be building, I'd throw a Pokemon on and be like, okay, I could use a Hatterene here, I could use the Indeedee here, and then I'd find myself with 5 Pokemon plus slacking, and wheezing wasn't there. And then vice versa, I put wheezing in, and like, okay, I can move this around, move that around, and then I'd find myself with 5 Pokemon, wheezing's there, slacking's not. And I was like, oh man, I gotta swap one of these out. And I really liked the other options, but I couldn't do that because I had to have the wheezing slacking. I guess I don't necessarily have to, but if it's a smart team, it likely will include both of them. So I was just like, you know what? I like this mode, and I like the idea of having it as an option, but I feel like it just limits my team building just a tiny bit. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to move this on. Someone had mentioned that, I think I traded with Hobart, correct? Someone had mentioned that Hobart wanted the wheezing, and I was like, you know what? If he does have a slacking, I mean, he naturally wants it for the slacking. Like, it's a good combo. I'm going to reach out to him and see if he wants to take it. And I did ask for Armor Rouge, and he was like, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. And I got Armor Rouge. So I got Armor Rouge in return, which is cool. So I still kind of have that terrain mode, and I think I kind of bolstered it up by picking up the Armor Rouge, which is cool. And then I was like, well, you know what, I need to get rid of the wheezing as well, because I just traded, I need to get rid of the slacking, so I was going to drop that. Because I traded the wheezing away. So I picked up, I can't even remember what I picked up. How bad is that? Weekly wire and trades, slacking for Rotom Fan. So I liked Rotom Fan. I didn't have any electric Pokemon on my team, and I thought it could work pretty well. So it's got Will-O-Wisp, it's got Thunder Wave. I don't think the fan version is the most impressive Rotom. Naturally, Rotom Wash is, but it's still cool. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pick up this electric type. I feel like this could do some damage on my team, so dropped Slacking for it. So thought it was cool. Now I have 2 cores. I have Rain and a Terrain mode, and I don't have the Wheezing Slacking anymore. But again, I'm not down on it. I still respect it as an archetype, but it's just something that I wanted to move on from, just because, again, it limited my team building just a tiny bit too much for my liking. So I was like, yep, time to move on. I'm glad I got to help Hobart out, though, because it really is a strong core. So the fact that he does have that core now is pretty cool. So I'm excited to see what he does with it. But yeah, that's all. That's all for now. Okay, so week 1, we're still waiting for Hobart and Brian to throw down. Week 2, I'm going to go ahead and make some predictions real fast. I play Phil this week. Phil beat me last season with a Corviknight. If it was any other Pokemon in the game, 1,000+ Pokemon in the game, I would have beat him. But it was Corviknight, so I lost. It has, is it Mirror Armor, where I can't lower its special defense? I think that's what I was trying to do. And I couldn't do it, so I lost. And that really sucked for me because I think that was the second to last week of the season, and a win would have been big for me. And then I went on to lose my next week and miss playoffs. So I'm going to beat Phil so bad this year. I'm sorry, Phil. I'm sorry it has to be this way. I am bringing out all the stops. I've got to get this dub. It's not just a week 2 game for me, Phil. This is personal. You essentially knocked me out of playoffs last year, so I've got to do what I got to do. I'm sorry. That being said, if I lose, just forget everything I just said. but no, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to win this year. I'm gonna try to have a good season. So that's the idea. And week 2 versus Phil just so happened to beat me last year, and I still remember that pretty vividly. So I'm gonna try to get this dub. But all right, week 2 picks. Week 2 picks coming up. Let's do this. Aris and Corey. Aris, I'm gonna have to go with Aris. Corey actually. What Pokemon was it? It was a Pokemon just today in chat. He was talking about bringing it against him. I think Girl J was like, yo, bring that against him and beat him with it. So that'd be pretty crazy to see. But I'm going to have to go Aris here. Aris is just such a strong competitor. So I'm going to go Aris, picking up the dub there. Brian and SB. This will be a good one. SB has a lot of tech on his team. He's another rain user this year. And he's pretty good. I mean, he was my Season 5 opponent in finals, so he's definitely good. Brian, I think Brian probably beat me last year too, but Brian's pretty good as well. But in this one, I'm going to go SB, actually. So we'll see how this goes. Me and Phil, I'm naturally going to go with myself. And then Zach and J-Wade. J-Wade, I mean, it's a rough start to the season going up against Zach like so early. At 0-1, going up against Zach is tough as well because you definitely don't want to lose and go 0-2. But Zach is just really, really good. I'm going to go with Zach. Sorry, J-Wade. I know you're going to get it together, but I'm going to go with Zach in this one. Ty and Sakuna. This is going to be a fun one. Ty and Sakuna are going up against each other. I'm going to go with Ty. I feel like Ty's going to go in there. No, I'm going to go with Sakuna. I feel like Ty's going to take it easy on Sakuna. Is that fair to say? Is that wrong to say? I feel like Ty's going to let you get the dub, Sakuna. If you get the dub, dope. If not, and Ty tears you down, like I don't know. That's just wild stuff. I feel like Ty's gonna take it easy on you. Is he? I don't know, but maybe. So I'm gonna go with Sakuna in this one. Jalen and Bosch. We have seen Bosch play. He lost to Mike by 2. Jalen, I think, was working with the team building bots in Discord a little bit ago. I'm gonna go with Bosch because to take Mike to 2 Pokemon in your debut is pretty solid. So I'm gonna go with Bosch there. Justin and Selina. I feel like Justin kind of, again, he picked up Lucario this past maybe 2 weekends ago. He just kind of does. I think Justin's here for a good time. Selena's really trying to make a name for herself, specifically in this season. I saw that she uploaded a Voices of the PLC episode or snippet for this week's episode. So I'm gonna go with Selena here, just because I appreciate that input. So I'm gonna go with Selena there. Jay and Hobart. We have not seen Hobart play just yet. I think that's gonna be coming soon, but I'm gonna go with my boy Jay. Fellow Jays unite. Brendan and Mike. This is actually gonna be a really, really good match. That's a good one. Brendan and Mike. This feels like a playoff matchup. I'm going to go with Mike, though. You got to go with the defending champ. Until he loses, I'm going to go with Mike, likely every week, because, again, defending champ. And then Ian and Dan, this is going to be a good one as well. I'll go with Dan screwed me over last week. Let's see if he does it again. I'm going to go Ian. And just, again, Ian is really good, when it comes to just Pokemon in general. Ian's really good at the game. Dan is too, but I'm gonna go with Ian. Ian just tends to have really strong regular seasons, so for that reason, I'm gonna go with Ian. So it's been about 11 minutes, almost 12 minutes now. I'm gonna go ahead and end my portion of voices there. So it's exciting. We're 2 weeks in, and I can't wait to see what we do this season or how everyone does this year. We're gonna get those standings updated soon, and it's just gonna be a great year. If you, again, want to participate in PLC Voices, just drop a voice note into the Discord, or actually into the folder that's in the Discord. You know what to do. So I'd love to hear everyone's input as we go forward. But yeah, that's all for now. I will see you guys in chat. Peace.